So hope everybody who's supposed to be here, they're here. If your team members are not yet here, you can go right ahead and remind them to really come and start the morning with them. They always have more to benefit than we do. It always works for them. Now, I want to officially welcome you to our Wake Up and Win call. Remember, we call this call Wake Up and Win. Just look through that name very carefully, because many of you have never taken time to really think carefully. Why do you choose that name, Wake Up and Win? You understand? And why this time? So it's very, very important to understand that how you do anything is how you do anything is how you do everything. That's one of the one my mentor told me in my early days in this industry. And it took me time for me to analyze that statement. How you do anything is how you do everything. And I was like, oh my God, how is my approach one thing determines or relates to other things that I do? He told me, you know what, you discover it. And over the years, I've come also to conclude that indeed, how you do anything is how you do everything. You understand? If you are indisciplined in one area, it will be traced back in your finances, it will be traced back in your health, it will be traced back in your marriage, it will be traced back to your spiritual life, because how you do anything is how you do everything. You understand? So that's why I wanted to start this morning with you, just so that we can really go back to the basics about why we are doing what we are doing. But ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you that many people started with us with this Wake Up and Win, but somehow along the way, they found a list of the reasons why they cannot tune in on time. They found the list of the reasons why they cannot continue. They found the list of reasons why they in when they feel it's convenient on their side. You understand? And also goes to that, I can classify it to character. You understand? Because if it's not built in within your bones to persevere, you understand? Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, if you really don't give the right value to a particular thing, you don't really treat it the way you ought to treat it. But basically, what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, we need to go back to the reason why we started this. You understand? It's called Wake Up and Win. You understand? This was designed specifically to put discipline in your routines. You understand? Because if you cannot command your money, you understand? If you cannot command your money and you just show up for the day, you understand? You just show up for the day. You don't have goals, you don't visualize, you don't meditate, you don't pray. Even if you wake up early, but it's not about waking up, but how do you wake up? When you wake up, what do? You understand? Are you prepared? Do you prepare for the day? Even I was recently yesterday. I was having some appointment with my doctor, and he was telling me, you know what? Even eating, you need to start with water. I was like, okay. I never really been that concerned about first taking a glass of water so that I can prepare the digestive system to receive the solid food. You understand? So there are a lot of laws governing everything, and if for them, most especially in the side of eating, that side of nutrition, you may find yourself not falling a victim to a lot of diseases and things like that. So we need to really understand why did we start the Wake Up and Win. Ladies and gentlemen, Wake Up and Win is the best gift you can give yourself. For me personally, is the best gift I've given myself. And the moment ever since I started to Wake Up and Win, it has influenced other areas of my life. Like one area, improving in one area, as simple as you may think it may be, as obvious as you may think it may be, it compounds and affects other areas of your life. You understand? It affects, because if you are disciplined at every morning, I go to bed early, I wake up early at exactly 5. You understand? For me, I'm always awake. Today I woke up at about 4, something like that. start doing my prayers, my Bible study, doing my morning routine, taking the cold shower, doing some exercise, so that by the time it reaches 6, I'm fresh and sober to serve your champions. You understand? Now, the moment you improve in that area, you understand, it's going to affect even other areas of your life. So wake up and win is the best gift you can give yourself. You understand? Because if you can really choose success, bright future, discipline over sleep. To some people, sleep has so much power over them, whereby their morning is as if they are possessed with a demon called sleep. Even they don't understand themselves. Even to make them open their eyes, it's a struggle. Now here in Uganda, it's cold. It has been raining. People, you cannot, it's cold everywhere. They feel like, no, now the coach, you need to forgive me. Like this time, I need to take at least, if I will shower after they wake up and win, maybe. But trust me, if it's a routine, it's a discipline, even if it's cold, it's a cold weather, even if it's a hot weather, because I give myself a command that I'm going to wake up and I'm going to take that cold shower and I'm going to freshen up and do my prayers, do my exercise. I don't care what the climate says. You understand? I'll follow through my routine. You understand? So meaning I give myself a command and I'm following through. So when it comes to a business life, you understand? Meaning if I give a person a word, you know what? I'm going to meet you at this time on this day. I'll know it will be very hard for me because I've been practicing this discipline with a wake up and win. It will be very hard for me to change the appointment. And I'll feel so bad if the person makes an appointment with me and I show up and that person does not show up, because I value now my routines. You understand? If I say to do a particular thing, I want to do it. You understand? So it will improve also that area. When it comes to your family life, it will be improved. So this wake up and win it improves everything across. There's a reason why I decided to put it in one of the most challenging time, whereby I have to put a code. We have, let me tell you, we have over 500 people in IRA partners, for your information. But it's only 20 people or 20 to 30 people who can show up early morning. You understand? People need to wake up at least at 10 during daytime when majority people can come in, blah, 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 blah. No. People need to choose. People need to choose where they belong. You understand? It's not about the majority, it's about the minority. People who have decided that, you know what, I want to improve my life. I want to improve my life. You understand? So let me tell you, if you can wake up every morning for 90 days, this will be coded in your DNA. It will be coded in your DNA. And you not help it. You not help it. And you find yourself improving in all other areas of your life. So wake up and win is the best gift you can give yourself. If you can improve in this very area of commanding your morning, be in control of your morning, you organize yourself ahead of the day, and you wake up before the sun, trust me, it will improve in all other areas of your life. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to officially welcome you to our Wake Up and Win champions. I'm proud of you guys who have been consistent. It's not easy, but trust me, if you do it long enough, it becomes automatic. It becomes automatic. It goes on autopilot. You understand? Julius, for him, Julius, are you finding it now a challenge to wake up? It's now currently within
not.
This is what happens. It becomes normal.
It's now automatic.
And let me tell you, most of the people who are successful, even they drive nice cars, but they go to town before when other people are sleeping and they enjoy the traffic-free road. You understand? They enjoy the traffic-free road. But if you are going to wake up at a normal time, even you go to the road when it's crowded, even when before to leave your car at home, I'm telling you. Yeah, but now people who are rich, they go to their office early morning and they leave when other people are still busy working, or they leave in the middle of the night when other people are already left the office. You understand? So they do their thing in their own routine. So get your working routine, Yes, I know you have that job, but that job is for somebody. That's somebody's dream. But if you wake up, you get time to meditate and think about your life and your family, how you're going to improve. But more important, why I life about the routine beyond this, why I life wake up and win beyond the routine is the knowledge we get and the person we become in the process. Let me tell you, most of the knowledge we share here, people, they can go to universities, but they cannot have access to this level of knowledge. I don't know what value you're giving it, because I can tell you, still, one of my mentors those other days used to tell me that, you know what, Mustafa, nothing has meaning except the meaning you give it. So I don't know what meaning you have attached to wake up and win. It will depend how you value it. Because sometimes you wake up, you don't have data. But if you value this wake up and win, you find the way, because you have so much value on this wake up and win, as if your life depends on it. And for me personally, I ask the Holy Spirit to guide me so that every time you show up, at least you get that one single idea that can improve your life, at least one step, even if it's 1 inch. But if you keep consistent, it compounds. And know you should keep accumulating the perception, the mindset, the philosophy. You develop the ideas. You understand? The sharing. When you give it time to share, the mastery you get. All those things, for 1 year from now, you look yourself in the mirror when even you can learn away from yourself, because the new version will be totally different from the old version of yourself. So I want to welcome you officially to our Wake Up and Win. My name is Coach Mustafa. Those who are tuning in for the first time, I welcome you. Those who are watching this on our YouTube channel still, I also welcome you. You can hit that subscribe button. Just as always, I normally do the recap of the laws, because today we are discussing about one of our powerful mentors called John C. Maxwell. John C. Maxwell has been consulting with heads of state, presidents of countries, CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. Is one of the most respected coach as far as leadership and team building is concerned. Even he has trained armies, you understand, about the area of leadership. Is I think the biggest number of books about leadership and teamwork are being authored by this guy himself and his team. So he's a very, very experienced guy in this area and go in depth. You understand? What I like as somebody who believes God, just go to your bookstore and ask for John Maxwell Bible. He wrote a very big Bible. You understand? You know, it's called the Study Bible. John C. Maxwell on leadership, whereby the entire Bible summarized it and gave you why every part there is an aspect of leadership is still mind-blowing. You understand? By the time somebody writes a volume of his own interpretation of the Bible in the line of leadership, then you know that person has God has been moving with him to give him the insight and this kind of revelation that's helping millions of people. So for me, when I do come to this law, they are so deeper. And when it comes to our business, which we are doing here in network marketing as an industry, let me tell you, your network is your net worth. You understand? Meaning your network, by this I mean you need to work with people. You understand? We need to work with people. In everything we do, we are surrounded with people. We are working with people. You understand? So meaning it's very important to know how basically we need to work with people. You understand? What are the skills? How can we relate with people? You understand? We are doing business, but we have teams around us. If we can do a study how to work with teams, the laws that differentiates successful team from the teams that are failing, I think it will give us a mileage we are looking for to take it to the black diamond you are looking at, to the crown diamond rank you are looking at. Because if you cannot master how to work and influence people, trust me, you will find it very, very complicated to really meet success. Because I wish there was a way how you can build greatness when you're alone. How you can build big dreams without working with nobody. But I can tell you, anything of great, it takes a team to build it. You understand? Every great dreamer has a team of people around them. So we cannot help it. You working with a team is not something you need to negotiate. You understand? It's mandatory. If you have a big dream, you have a business, you want to create impact, you understand? Unless you're just an employee, but even at employee level, you have your co-workers. It's a team around you. You are delivering value together with. So these laws, they are beyond just network marketing. They cut across in our levels of life. Even when you're a family leader, as a father, as a mother, your home and people in that home is your team. So how people lead and coordinate and how you lead them is all governed by what? By these laws. So it has been very, very powerful. We have been covering now today. We are going to be looking law number 9. There are 17 of them, and we are getting one by one. We left some people on the first law because they've been on and off, but I'm telling you, we are not stopping until the 17 laws are finished. And then after the 17 laws, we shall go to the leadership, because once you are a team leader, then we can talk about leadership. And also you take us through about leadership. So it will be so powerful. So I said each and every one of you that has been following us through this entire series. So the first law, ladies and gentlemen, we looked at the law of significance, whereby by this it was telling us that one is a small number to build greatness. You understand? One is a small number to build greatness. By this I mean that anybody that has anything called a big dream, you need to have a team of people around you. People who believe that they have big dreams and they can do it alone. They are so much into their head. They are so, this pride speaking to them, is ego speaking to them. You understand? It's naiveness speaking to them. But people who have really built things of impact, built big business, they recognize the fact that it was not the effort of the team. They couldn't have achieved what they could have achieved. So you want to achieve Black Diamond, you want to achieve the big ranks in your network marketing business. I can tell you, it's very important to recognize that you take team effort more than an individual effort. It's called the law of significance. Then we talk about the law number 2, which was the law of the niche, that every person that's part of the team has a role to play. Yes, we may not play the small because of the difference in strengths and weaknesses. So everybody has a gap to cover. Everybody has a place where they can deliver the most of the value. And you as a team leader, there's your responsibility to identify talents on your team. Identify talents on your team and put people in their respective roles where they can deliver the most value. That's what we call the law of the niche. Meaning, if you understand that, then as a team leader, you can do the needful. Then we looked at the law of the bigger picture. And the law of the bigger picture, what is it really was talking to us was, you know what? Don't so much focus on individual goal. It's very important you focus on the individual goal, but don't lose sight of the bigger picture, the overall team goal, where the team is going and what you want to achieve in the particular task. You understand? Don't so much focus on you serving your praise and forget about what other people they are serving. So that if a team is reach its potential, each player must be willing to subordinate his personal goals to the goal of the team. If you think you are the entire picture, you will never see the bigger picture. My role as a team member must always submit to the goal of the team. It was a blessing. There was so much value we got from the law of the bigger picture. Now, we went to law number 4, which was the law of Mount Everest. It says as the challenge escalates, the need for teamwork elevates. By this, what it was we're trying to refer is that you need the right people together. You need to put the right people together for you to grow your team. You understand? So meaning, if you are not achieving your dreams, you need to check the team of people you are having around you. Meaning, if you have a big dream, then you need a dream team. Meaning, people understand themselves, people can align yourself with, so you can move the mountain together. And the mountain in this context is the big dream that you're having. So your team must be the size of your dream. You understand? People who have big dreams, I can tell you, they focus on this team so much, and it really takes them mileage. So when when your team, when the team you have doesn't match up to the team of your dream, then you have two choices. You always give up on your dreams, or you need to find a way how you can grow your team. So we got a lot of value from the law of Mount Everest, whereby it talked about you, many people, they just want to go find leaders who they can push their team. But leaders, they have their own agendas. They cannot submit to anything. They have their own way of doing things. But how about you get people who are followers, people who are only passionate about the direction of your life, and want to align with you and find a way how to mentor them and improve them and turn followers into leaders. You understand? Yes. So grow your own team instead of looking for already built teams, already built leaders. You can grow your own what? Leaders by the law of Mount Everest. But from there, we looked at the law of the chain, whereby the weakest, the strength of the team is impacted by the weakest link. You understand? There are people who are going to be part of your team, and surprisingly, they just don't do what they're supposed to do, and they're going to become the source of negativity, or they want to be the center of attention, and yet they're doing nothing. You understand? They're not doing anything that's helping the team, whereby everything they ever do is about them. You understand? So these people, they create sentiment among strong members. So as team leaders, we need to really focus on the weakest link in our team and deal with them. They either sit down and we serve them instead of them become the team player. Then be customers. Don't hide becoming a team player, yet you cannot become a team player. Everything you ever do is just about you. It's about how you benefit. You never focus on a bigger picture that can serve everybody on the team. It's about you. Quit trying to put everybody on your team. Not everybody's going to move. Simply because you joined Omega Pro, it doesn't mean that you're supposed to be part of the team, the movers of either partners. Other people are okay being just customers in Omega Pro, just want to invest their money to relax. It's just a waste of time. If I get a person who just wants to become an investor in Omega Pro, and I focus him to become a team builder or to become a team player, to serve different roles, yet somebody just wanted to just put his money. You understand? Somebody don't have the ability to move the journey of what we are doing. Somebody don't have the potential. Somebody don't see why they need to work with people. So let's quit forcing people, because if we force them to serve roles that they are not okay serving, you understand, they will become the source of negativity, ladies and gentlemen. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, we looked at something very, very, very powerful, very, very, very powerful. And this, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we looked at the law of catalyst, which is really very, 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 very powerful. And the law of catalyst, what it was saying is that the winning teams have players who make things happen. We're looking at the strong members, people who are proactive, people who pave the direction, the direction of the team. And this really was a blessing, the blessing to us. And we end up by asking ourselves, are you a weakling or are you a catalyst? Because catalysts, they will be solution oriented. Catalysts are defined by their intuitive, their communicators, their initiators, they are passionate, they are very creative, they are givers, and they take responsibility. You understand? They don't blame. They look for solution in everything that they are doing. So this is really very, very, very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. So we have moved this so far, and now recently we looked at the law of compass, and the law of compass was about the vision. The team has to be having a vision, the direction where you are taking the team with, and what's going to make you to make you win is as a team leader, when you have a vision where you want to take your team. You understand? This is very, very, very powerful, and hope you got a lot of value from the law of compass. So your ability as a leader to cast the vision to the team. So your ability as a leader to cast the vision to a team, and your ability as a team member to work with the vision. If the vision is fuzzy, the team is gonna be fuzzy. When you see it, then you can see it, sees it. So we looked so much about the law of compass. Now, recently, we looked at something very, very powerful, which is what the law of the bad apple, which was also the blessing to us, ladies and gentlemen. So now, right now, I want us to look at a very powerful law, which is the law of accountability, which is law number 9. And I want you to watch this video, and after, we are going to discuss it very, 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 very well.
Today, I would like to talk to you about the law of accountability. Law number 9. The law of accountability says teammates must be able to count on one another. And I thought I would define accountability since it's not a word. Because when I was working on the laws, I said there has to be a law of accountability, but it's not a word called accountability, but you can't let things like that limit you. Because when I was working with my team and they said, well, that's not a word, I said, it has become one. And to define accountability, it's very simple. Accountability is the ability to count on someone when and where it counts. Now, isn't that a good definition? Huh? I mean, you can now go around and say, you know, I'm countable. Are you countable? The law of accountability says that you have the ability to count on someone when and where it counts. Now, we all know that there are some people you can count on when it doesn't count and where it doesn't count. But I'm talking about when and where it counts. You can count on that person. Now let me just talk about counting on somebody. In fact, let's do a little audience participation on this for a moment, okay? I want you to give me the one word that comes to your mind when you think of somebody that you can count on. I mean, you think of somebody that really is countable, okay? You can count on them when and where you need to count. Give me, and there are probably like a half dozen one words. Give me a word.
Faithful.
Faithful. I love that word. That's a good word. Yes.
Loyal.
Loyal. Good word. Yes. Character. Absolutely. Yes. Dependable. Yes, both of you. Dependable. That's exactly the twins, I'm sure. Okay. Yes. Okay. Flexible. Maybe. Yes. Consistency. This is good. Yes. Trustworthy. Okay. Now you've got the idea of a person that is countable. See, I defined a new word to you, and you already understand it. Now let me turn this around for a moment. Give me one word to define a person that's not countable. Think of a word of a person that you just don't count on them. Yes.
Unreliable.
Unreliable. Well, that's very good. Yes. Hostile. You've got a picture of a person in your mind right now. You need to take that picture and go home and have target practice is what you need to do. Yes, clear up there. Selfish. Oh, you're doing, yes.
Dishonest.
What is it?
Dishonest.
Dishonest? Sure, you can't count on to be honest. Good. Yes, sir. Lazy? You got a picture of somebody in your mind too, don't you? In fact, as you're giving me these one-word descriptions, isn't it true? You all have a picture of somebody? When I ask you to give me the one-word definition of a person that is countable, every one of you had the picture of somebody that you count on. When I said give me a one-word picture of somebody that's not countable, every one of you in your mind, you had the picture of someone. Every one of us in this room knows what it's like to be let down. How many of you have been let down by someone else sometime in your life? Now let me ask you another question. How many of you have let someone down someplace in your life? Yeah. Let me define and let me help us understand accountability by giving you 3 words. And by the way, the words you gave me were so good. fact, the word I'm going to give you, the first word that you're going to fill in the blank, was a word that was given to me a moment ago in the studio. The word is character. Character plus competence plus consistency equals accountability. Look at those three words for a moment. Character, we've got to talk about it for a second. If you're going to be countable on the team, if the teammates are going to count on you, if the leader is going to count on you as a teammate, you have to have character. You have to have the right stuff on the inside. When I wrote the 21 qualities of a leader, I had a person say, well, now, why did you try to talk about the inside qualities of a leader? And I said, it's very simple. If you wouldn't follow yourself, why should anyone else? What's on the inside determines what comes outside. As a man or a woman thinks in her heart or his heart, so is he, so is she. So character has to be in this accountability definition. You've got to be right on the inside to do right on the outside. Okay? Competence, though, that's got to be in there. Let me put it this way. If we're a team and we're getting ready to go into the big event, and you have all the best character in the world, I mean, you're trustworthy, you're honest, you're kind, I mean, you've got all these great character traits. Let me say something. If you're not competent, I can't count on you. And the reason I can't count on you is because you don't have the competence or the ability to perform on the level that the team requires. So it's true that character is important, but character alone doesn't make you countable. But by the way, competence alone doesn't make you countable either. Don't you know some people that are very competent, but they don't have any character? The good news is they're going to get there. The bad news is you don't trust them. The good news is they're going to take the train and arrive. The bad news is you don't want to be on the train. So they have character and they have competence. You've got to have both. This is not an either-or thing. Character plus competence. Now, yet I know some people, they've got good character, they're competent, but I still don't count on them. And the reason I don't count on them is because they're not consistent. The third word is consistency. Now, when you can put those three words together, they have character, they have competence, and they are consistent. Now you're talking about a person that has accountability. Earlier in one of the other training tapes on the teamwork laws, I referred very quickly and briefly to the law of the inner circle. That's a leadership law out of the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. And that law of the inner circle basically says those closest to you determine the level of your success. Those closest around you. In other words, your success or failure very seldom is dependent upon all the people out there. It almost always is dependent upon the few people right here. Now, the reason I'm going back and talking briefly about the law of the inner circle is that when I think of accountability as far as a law of teamwork, here's what I want you to know. Every inner circle member that I have, it's only about a dozen, but every inner circle member that I have, of all the teamwork laws they have to be a 10 on, of all the teamwork laws they have to be a 10 on, let me tell you something right now. This is the law. I would not have an inner circle member that did not make a 10 on this law. I have to count on my inner circle people. If I question their character, they can't be on the inner circle. If they are incompetent, they cannot be on the inner circle. If they lack consistency, they cannot be on the inner circle because too much is going on and we have too many things to accomplish for me to somehow have an inner circle member that breaks the law of accountability. I want to encourage you. Time out just for a moment. I want to encourage you. When you go back to your team, when you go back to the inner circle, not the whole team, But the 2 or 3 people, or the 5 or 6 people, those that are on your inner circle, those that are going to make you or break you, those that are closest to you, go back and ask this very simple question. Are they accountable? Do they have character? Are they competent? And then do they do both with consistency? If you can say yes to those 3 things, you have a potential inner circle member. If you say no to one of those 3, never let them on the inside. I promise you, if you have an inner circle member that is not countable, it is only a matter of time until they'll hurt you. Coach Bill McCartney, who for many years was the football coach for the University of Colorado, later years has become the leader of the Promise Keepers movement across America. Coach Mack is a very good friend of mine, and he's a marvelous motivator. And one of the things I like to do when I'm with Coach a little bit is I like to talk to him about how he got the best out of his team. Because at the University of Colorado, he was coach there, his team became #1 in the nation. And so he had consistently winning good teams. And so a lot of times I'll say, Coach, talk to me about your team. And he said, John, one of the things I did one year, and so I asked him, how did you really get your players up for the big game? You know, when Colorado's playing Nebraska, when they're playing Oklahoma, the big games, how did you get your team up? He said one year, he said the week before we were to play Nebraska, which was our chief rival, and Nebraska usually dominated Colorado until Coach Mack went there. He said we were going to play at Nebraska. And I think University of Colorado maybe had never won at Nebraska, but it was a game of which kind of like a David and Goliath deal. So he said, I took a football, and he said I gave it to every player on the team. And he said, I want you to take this football, and I want you to dedicate this football and this game to someone you greatly love. It can be a brother back home, maybe it's your mom, maybe it's your high school coach, but somebody you greatly love and respect. He said, in fact, I want you to write him a letter. And he said, what I want you to do is I want you to write him a letter and say, I'm dedicating my play when we play Nebraska to you. And he said, what I want you to do is hold the football this week. He said, after we play Nebraska, we'll put the score on the football. And that game, they defeated Nebraska soundly. And Coach told me, he said, John, I have no question the players played above their head because he said they became, here's the word, countable to somebody they respected and loved. In fact, he said many times before a big game, he said, I would go to a player and I would walk up to him and I'd say, let me ask you a question. What are you going to do in this game to help us win? And you know, he said the players are tempted to say, well, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to really play my best, coach. And he said, it's not enough. No, I'm not asking you if you're going to work hard. He said, I always expect that from my whole team. He said, what are you going to do in this game that'll help us win? Coach, I'm going to cause somebody to fumble. I'm going to recover a fumble. I'm going to intercept a pass. I'm going to run for a touchdown. I'm going to open the hole for the back. He said, I made every player tell me what specifically they were going to do in that game to bring a victory to us. And he said, when they spelled it out during the game, he said many times, he said, I'd go up to a player and say, do you remember what you said you're going to bring victory, help us bring victory? Yes. Have you done it yet? Have you done it yet? Tremendous teaching on being accountable. So here's the accountability test, because I love this statement. The highest compliment a leader can give a team member is to count on him or her. In other words, the highest compliment that somebody can ever give you is the fact that they look at you with great integrity and say, I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you. So, 3 questions, very simple. Is my character solid? I don't know. You're going to do this for yourself, between a 1 and a 10. 10 being you've got solid character. 1 being you're in trouble. Am I confident in my responsibilities? Am I consistent in my character and competence? And you know what? I would hope, you may not be there now, but I would hope I think to be accountable, you ought to be somewhere at least in the number 7 range on all three of those. And maybe you are today, maybe you aren't today. That isn't the issue. It's you got to start somewhere and take the accountability test. Let me illustrate it this way. I think I want to take this law and really illustrate it the best way that I possibly can. Because this law of accountability for the team and for the team players is absolutely huge. So let me just be a little bit personal with you, if I could be. I have what I call a John Maxwell accountability count. In other words, I keep track of my accountability. Now, to keep track of your accountability, the first thing you got to ask yourself, who am I accountable to? And in my situation, it's going to be different than your situation, although some of the things will be very similar. I lead a wonderful organization called the Enjoy Group that basically is a umbrella for 3 different companies. I'm accountable to the people in my nonprofit ministry, Equip. I'm accountable to people in Enjoy Stewardship Services. I'm accountable to people in Enjoy. Because I'm the founder, because I'm the leader, I'm accountable to a lot of people. What I say, what I do, how I behave, major accountability. But I'm accountable not only that, but because I write books. And I've written a few now. And because I write books, people, when they buy a Maxwell book, they have a certain expectation. So every time I write a new book, one of the things that weighs heavily upon me is this book's got to be better than the last one. I can't coast on my popularity. I can't somehow just write off a book real fast that's not my best effort and hope that people will buy it because they've bought other Maxwell books. And I know this, if they buy a book that's not what it should be or not what it could be, they're going to be greatly disappointed. And I don't want to do that. I'm accountable to my readers. And when I go speak, you know what? I'm accountable to the people I speak to. I was up at 4:30 this morning. Now, I wrote the book, The Laws of Teamwork. What was I doing this morning at 4:30? Sitting at my desk, reviewing the laws of teamwork. Because the author is going to speak. And he better know his subject. See, I'm accountable to you. You folks came today. Many of you came from out of state, flew in. Many of you drove a long distance. You've paid a price to come here. Can I tell you something? I can't take that lightly. You didn't come here to hear somebody get up there and just talk and waste your time. You came to hear somebody that's going to add value to your life. So when I come out here today, it's more than cameras and lights and training videos. This is the real deal. I'm accountable to you. Can I tell you something? A leader is in trouble when they start to slide their accountability. I'm not only accountable to you as an audience, or places where I go for companies and corporations, they pay pretty good dollars to fly me in to help their teams get better and add value to them. And I'm here to tell you, they don't pay me those dollars to get in there and just tell a funny story and motivate them. I'm more than a motivational speaker, I'm a motivational teacher. My goal is not just to make you feel good. I want you to feel good, but I want you to feel good and learn something. It's better than feeling bad and learning nothing. I'm accountable. When this day is over, you're going to say, either this was a good day or this wasn't a good day. He either added value to me and took me to another level, or I should have done something else. I'm accountable. And when I get home, I have my wife, Margaret, been married to her now. You're waiting, aren't you? 32 years plus. She's only 35. She's my best friend. I'm accountable to her. And to my 2 married children, and my 2 in-laws, and to my 2 grandchildren. Oh, I got 2 granddaughters, Madeline and Hannah, both under a year. both children, first only girls to be born without sin. It's an incredible story. I'm accountable. In fact, let me help you get this accountability thing really straightened out in your life. I'm going to define success for you. I think success can be easily defined this way. Those closest to me love and respect me the most. Now let me explain that to you, so just make sure you get it. This is simple. Late this afternoon, I'll go home. Margaret's my best friend. Can I tell you something? There's something wrong with me as a leader or as a team player when people who don't know me well love and respect me more than those who know me well. So I want you to like me. You should. If you're discerning and have good taste. You should. I like you. I want you to like me. But I just want everybody to understand in the studio and everybody watching the video on this incredible law of teamwork, accountability. What I want you to know is, although I want you to like me, it's not near as important for you to like me and respect me as my wife, Margaret, and my kids. Hello. You see, if those who know me the least like me the best, there's probably something wrong with my character. And I'll just close the law off because I don't want to just get my personal faith in here, but I believe there's a day when I'm also going to be accountable to God. I'm going to have to answer the big question. What have I done with my life? Have I added value to people? Have I climbed the ladder of success only to find out when I got to the top it was leaning against the wrong building? Here's what I know. When I go in with my teammates into the big event, I want those on my left and I want those on my right to be countable. But the person I want to be countable the most is me. Because most of the victories that I have to struggle with are not with others. They're with me. And if I can lead myself, then perhaps I'll be privileged to lead others.
Wow. I don't know if I've got value like the way I've gotten value, but as we always do, we have about 10 to 20 minutes. Let me see somebody who has taken some good notes and you feel like this is, because let me tell you, what we have there, what John Maxwell has talked about is not something strange. It's something that is really looks to be obvious, because think about it. How can you build a team that you cannot count on? You understand? How can you have people you call your partners or your team members? Just think like even married. You understand? How can you get married to a man you cannot count on? That man will not last. You understand? And that's the reason why even marriage fails. Because partners cannot count on each other. Everybody's moving in their own direction. It's just a matter of time that marriage will fall apart. So accountability is very, 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 very key. It's not about what you say, but it has to exhibit in our character, in our competence, and when somebody consistently is expecting this value, you share this value together. You understand? There are things that you cannot tolerate. When time comes, you know, when the tough times comes, because tough times will always come. Storms will always come to your business. Understand? Storm will come on your marriage. But the question is, can you count on the people you call your team member? Can you count on them? Because maybe right now you a man and you have your partner, and the moment you go broke, your wife disappears. And when you have money, they show up with all the love in the world, with the love from Paris. You cannot count on them. Think about that. You cannot count on them. You understand? Now, also in our business, there are situations that requires accountability. And some situations, they may be tough. You understand? You have an event. You cannot do it alone. Can you count on your team members? You understand? Maybe God forbid, there are some emergency that needs money, and this everybody benefits from the team. Can you put yourselves together and solve that particular problem? Or everybody is going to, even if they have the resources, they're going to cross their arms and look at the leader. When you're done sort of thing, it call us. You understand? And other people, when they find the office locked, they'll call everybody, I told you, this area could not survive. They have crossed now. Yeah, they have also disappeared with our money. Instead of looking for solutions. How is it? So, can you count on yourself? Can you count on your team members? So that's the topic for today. Let me know what you have gotten from your point, because if I go my direction, I may take another 1 hour when I'm going deeper, but it's not about me, it's all about us to share what you have learned. People who are able to share, please put your hand up so that you can share this faster, and so you can start the day with in style, with energy. So who has gotten value from this? Put your hand up and you feel like you have gotten something and you want to share, because this one speaks volume to our to our business. So Julius, go right ahead. Other people, they are putting their hands up.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good morning, members.
Good morning,
champions. I'm super excited about this law. This is law of accountability. To me, to be counted on is somebody who is dependable. Can people depend on you? Can people depend on you? Because it says some people cannot even depend on themselves. Now, how can other people depend on you, yet you cannot depend on yourself? So, law of accountability it's more or less like trust, integrity, all those go together. Because he said about what you need, character. Okay. Character is very, very important, because once you have a bad character, many people will start avoiding you. So character is say, how does this person conduct himself? That's how do you conduct yourself? The way you conduct yourself. Can someone trust you with other people? When you talk about character, if you see maybe, can someone trust you with some other person? Like in Levagamba, this person behaves like this lady behaves like this. So you cannot depend on that person, given that those bad characters. People want those good characters. Then the component, then consistency. There are people who are not consistent, that if you work with that person, within 1 month, that person will be away. That is consistency. So if someone is consistent, that person is not going to be showing up. That's once this person decides to do something, he's going to be consistent, he's going to work with you, whether in the bad, in the thick, in the good time, in the bad time. That is what they call consistency. Someone that can be consistent, someone that can work with you in all situations. I think that's someone you can count on. So to me, it is really very, very important, that law of accountability. Many people recommend you once you have that level of integrity, once you have that character that anybody can accommodate. There are characters that cannot be accommodated. So it is very, very important in building teamwork. So this law is very, very important, that we need to have that law. Someone whom you can count on. And that goes with the character. The most important thing is the character. Thank you so much. I think I can pass over the mic to others. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Julius, for making brief. Francis, you can go right ahead. Thank you.
Yes, good morning, champions. I've liked this law of accountability. And I like the way he defined it in 3 words: character, competence, and consistency equals to accountability. Somebody you can count on. He must have character, he must have competence, and he must have consistency. Now, for example, these people call themselves leaders in network marketing. Seriously, if you don't have the character in you, because he said he defined the character as it is inbuilt inside you. You have to be right inside for you to be right outside. So the thing is, how are you inside? Because character begins from the inside. You see, you can say you have good character, but what will bring out who you are is when you face challenges. It's when problems comes, it will bring out the real you. Are you getting it? So the real you is when you are alone, when nobody's seeing you. The real you is when problems, when challenges come, how do you behave yourself? How do you handle things? That's what we call, that is the real you. So the best way to define your character is when you face challenges, how is your reaction? You understand? When maybe you've not gotten sign-ups, how do you behave? How do you think? How do you carry yourselves? You understand? So it will bring out the real you, that is character. That's how you can define your character. Then there's what we call the competence. Competence is the ability to be successful. I like how they are defining it here. I've just made the ability to do something successful and efficient. Trust me, I cannot follow someone who's ever messing up. That means that person doesn't have competence. But if I see how successful you have been in this industry and how efficient you are,
Who the person with the noise?
Sorry. So because you see, coach, when I came in this industry and I met you, and I started seeing different people, different leaders in network marketing, different people call themselves leaders. And I was seeing these people, they were calling themselves leaders. They were calling themselves that these people, they made money in different companies, but they had nothing to show. You understand?
Yes, yes.
So even when they came to prospect me, I never believed them because they had nothing to show. This thing here, the competence, this thing, it was preached to me by one man of God. And it was in me. Like, you are telling me you cannot give me what you don't have. You get it? You cannot even Moses, before Moses took the Israelites to the promised land in the wilderness, God met Moses in the wilderness. He had to first go in the wilderness. So by the time he went to Egypt and picked the Israelites and went through the wilderness, he had already passed the what? He had already been in the wilderness, so he knew what was that. So you cannot take men where you're not are. You cannot give people what you do not have, the ability. So I can only follow you if you're competent. Then there's what you call consistency. How consistent are you in this thing? If you're a leader in this industry and you are jumpy, you are from this company to another company, or from the other company, you're not settled in this company, 1 month in this company, then you come and prospect me with another company, that means you're not consistent. You get? And this is what defines a true leader. For people to follow you, for people to count people, for people for people to count on you, you must have this law of accountability. You must be having character, you must be competent, and you must show consistency in what you're doing. And trust me, people will just submit to you, people will just follow you because they will see something different you have from the other people. So he said that if somebody is not, you cannot count on somebody, he will fall. Like the team, that they will hurt you. They will hurt you. Be it in relationship, they will hurt you. Yes. So the greatest compliment a team member can give you as a leader is that they count on you. When people count on you, that means you must be having this accountability thing in you. Thank you very much, guys. Have a blessed day.
Wow. Thank you, Francis. That has been so lovely and well explained. Thank you so much. Hope everybody, as I told you, when people get a chance to share, we learn from each other. So Francis has summarized everything very, very well. So let's hear from Wilbrand, all the way from Arusha, Tanzania. What do you have to say about this law regarding to our business?
Thank you, Coach. The law of accountability, I may say, is the mother to success, is a key to success. Because by being accountable, you do everything in a proper way. You observe rules, you observe ethics, you observe procedures which are being laid down. You observe the traditions of a particular society or organization. And it has some elements which you can count on so that you become accountable. One is doing what you promise. You need to be always to keep the promise. If you keep on changing, as Moses has put it, really you lose the credibility. People will have nothing to learn from you, because today you tell this, tomorrow you are another person, the other day you are another person. Then people fail to know who you are. Therefore, keeping what you promised is something very important. Taking responsibility for actions, it's another element of being accountable. You look into actions. If you find you have gone wrong, you need to come out and say, I'm sorry, it was wrong. I admit my fault. That is being accountable. Accountability for being responsible for what you do or say. Solving the problems is another thing. To look into ways, proper ways, mostly proactively, to solve problems which are in the organization, society, or whatever. So that when you solve problems, people learn, develop trust in you, rely on you, come to realize that you are instrumental in their midst, in their organization. So they count on you. They count on you. And when they count on you, then you are a responsible, you are accountable person. Then you need to be ethical. You cannot be accountable without being ethical. If there are ethical rules laid down, and then you are number one in violating them, then there is no way you will guide the rest to abide to those principles. Being ethical is a route towards being accountable. And then you need to be transparent and honest. Transparency and honesty, they are indispensable. Because once you become transparent, you bring in people. People come to learn and know what exactly the principles you stand for are. And what you do becomes clear to them, and then it builds up the philosophy towards the road of success. And you need to evaluate yourself anyway. That is something which is very much important. I always talk about introspection. You come inside yourself to ask yourself, who am I? In myself, forget about those people who are outside. In myself, then that calls for integrity, calls for growth of the sense of integrity. What you do in privacy is actually what is true to yourself. What you do in yourself, that reveals who you are. What you do when you are alone, when you take it out, it portrays a true picture, and it is easily adopted, and it is easily accepted than what you try to pretend to be when you are not. So to me, being accountable calls for all those. The presentation was quite clear, good, and I think those are elements which, if are considered and taken seriously, then accountability becomes a reality. Thank you very much.
Okay, powerful. Thank you, Brand. We shall go to the next participant. That's none other than Champion Prosi. You can go right ahead.
Thank you so much, Coach, for this opportunity. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, champions.
Morning to you.
Morning, Prosi.
Good morning, brother. Thanks for winning the sun. Now, when it comes to
morning,
our law.
Prosi.
Good morning, leader.
Yes.
Thanks
okay.
Thanks for the consistency.
And thank you too.
You're welcome.
You are standing extraordinary.
Thank you. I'm copying and pasting in my life.
Okay.
From you, leader. Yeah. Now, when it comes to the law of accountability, it has been very clearly explained. We might have missed some few things because maybe of the speed, but accountability, I think I didn't know it from this angle. It goes beyond what I knew. It has these characters, the determinants, maybe if I can put it that way, that for one to be accountable or to have this law, like if you're to exercise this law, you need to have good character, you need to be competent, then consistency. All that is in accountability. When it comes to character, your inside so much determines what you portray outside. And as I may say, there are some people who hide or pretend. What is inside is different. And what they portray outside is different. I don't know whether it was Francis or Martin who explained about this character, saying that you can really tell someone's true character when there is something wrong. That's when they portray what is really inside them, or when they face a challenge, because some people can pretend and don't show you their true character. But if we are to push our business to the next level, you need to have a good character. And this doesn't start from outside, what people see. It originates from inside. If your inside isn't good, then what you're going to portray outside will not be attractive to your team, to everyone around you. And people start to judge you saying, oh, this person has a bad character, and you won't sell the business. Then you start asking yourself, why is it me that I don't get people attracted to my business? No one comes to attend the event, even when I invite them. It may not be a matter of signing up someone, because at times you find people are willing, but they haven't gotten the finances. But at least attract people to attend your meetings. Attract people to come and attend the Zoom calls. Attract people to come and attend the events. All this is about your character. Then he also explained, this is in the package of accountability, competence. Google defines competence as the ability to do something successfully and efficiently. So if you can't do something that will attract success, or the people you're inviting to the business, they are not seeing you with any signs of success, they'll probably run away from your business. If you're doing things not efficiently, so how are you going to attract people to your business? Then when it comes to consistency, it is also a key. Like I was thanking my leader, Julius, he has been consistent. When it comes to informing us what is going to happen, what is happening in our business, waking up early also for these Zoom calls, it takes one to be consistent. If you're not consistent to share what you know about Omega Pro with your team, you'll find people are dropping off your team one by one because of lack of consistency. There is too much power in consistency. Coach has always told us, even if someone doesn't respond, you continuously communicate to those people, share the business with them. Unless someone has passed on to the next life, that's when you can stop. And I learned that from Coach. Because before, for me, when someone could not respond, I just give up. But now I know there is too much power in consistency. When you consistently share, someone will start thinking about to themselves, why is Prosy sharing this? Why is Coach Mustafa sharing this every now and then, even when I don't respond? They'll take the initiative now to come and check on your business because of the power of consistency. He told us that always check your inner circle. Your inner circle does a lot. If they don't exhibit these, the three I might say principles, they don't have character, they are not competent, they are not consistent, then that is a wrong inner circle, because you're not amount to accountability. So check your inner circle. And he said that the highest compliment a leader can give you is to say, I'm counting on you. This coach has always said it when it is mainly towards events. You know, Francis, I'm counting on you in your department. Percy, I'm counting on you. Julius, I'm counting on you. Rest, I'm counting on you. And we didn't know. And by the way, that has given us more confidence. You feel that vigor that I'm going to do this to my best because my leader is counting on me. That was powerful. Yeah, I may stop there, but everything was so wonderful. I've understood what accountability means. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
To the rest of the champions, have a blessed day.
Okay, thank you, Proce, for coming in strong and sharing your perspective on the value you got from this powerful law. I know now this has been of so much value, because if you don't know this stuff, trust me, you may not have a team right now, but soon you're going to have a team. And if you don't have this knowledge, you may find it hard for you really to lead the team very well. So let's go to Patrick. Patrick, you can go right ahead.
Yes, Coach. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning to you.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning, Patrick.
Morning, Patrick. Yes.
Yeah,
good
morning. Thank you. Thank you. Happy to see you.
Yeah, happy to see you too, bro.
Yeah. A lot has been said by other leaders. I'm just adding something here concerning the law of accountability. What I learned from here, it is when he said teammates must be able to count on one another. So that is very powerful. When we are building teams, we have to count on 3 words: the character and the competence and the consistency. I think these 3 things, they are the one which makes a team to be more strong. Because I can't work with someone who has no good character. I cannot even work with someone who is incompetent, who is not consistent. So it's very difficult for a team to go ahead. So for a team to be strong, it has to be these three words, these 3 things: character, competence, and consistency. So if you don't have competence, if you don't have consistency, you cannot go ahead, you cannot do anything. So another thing, as a leader, we must be accountable to our followers and team. So we cannot just be there that we are leaders and we don't do anything to our team. So another thing, he said the highest compliment someone can give you is to say, I'm coming, I'm counting on you. That one was powerful for me, because when you get someone or a follower who are saying that I'm counting on you, you feel like you are really a good leader. You have done something which made that person to come. So that is what I learned from this law of accountability. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you so much. I think someone jumped Martin. Martin, you can go right ahead.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, champions. This is great. I'm really learning quite a bit every single day. Now, the law of accountability. Okay, I've really learned that as a team, we need to be accountable to each other. That is very, very important because we are like a family, and therefore we need to be concerned about each other, get to know what challenges one another is going through and all that, okay? Just to say is that to be accountable, one needs to be dependable, one needs to be loyal, one needs to have the real character, one needs to be reliable and also faithful, okay? You also went on to say that character plus confidence, okay? Character, confidence, and consistency is equals to accountability. Just like Francis was saying, that there's something that I've observed in Nairobi, okay? You find that this thing called consistency, not many people have it. You find that in Nairobi, almost every day there's a new company coming into the market, okay? And therefore you find that today you're in one company, a new company comes in, people run to that other company. Then after a few days, another one comes, and then people run to the other company. So people keep on swaying, left, right, and center, which is a very big thing. So I want to believe that as members of Omega Pro, I have decided that this is the company that I want to build and build it to its logical completion and such that I'm able to be able to achieve my goals through Omega Pro, because I think Omega Pro's plan is quite powerful, and therefore I believe that I need to be consistent to be able to realize my goals, okay? It also went on to say that you got to be right inside, okay, to be able to be right outside, okay? That basically boils down to one's character, okay? If you have a good character, of course, it will be able to show you, people will be able to see it, okay? And then therefore it also said that, the highest compliment that a leader can give you is to be countable. We need to be accountable to, like I said, to one another and to everyone, and as a team to be able to grow, okay? And therefore the question was, who are you accountable to as a member of Omega Pro? Who are you accountable to, okay? I'm sure we are all building a team, and very soon we'll have a very big team that we will be accountable to. And that is very, very important, okay? In closing, I also learned that he said that if I can lead myself, then I can be privileged to lead others, okay? What that means is that you need to lead yourself first of all as an individual. And therefore, if you're able to lead yourself, therefore you can be able to have the privilege of leading others. So Coach Mustafa, thank you very much for the lessons. I'm really learning quite a bit. And this is very, very important. And therefore I want to say thank you very much to all the champions, and you guys have a good day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Wow. As IDA, we are looking forward to counting on you in Kenya. In Kenya, we've been having a lot of people who have been twice. They come in and go, and sometimes even don't give them much attention because, this is how people in Kenya work. So today they are in, today they are out. So even if they join your team, you stay on the sideline. But Martin, I know you are gonna change the game. And if we can count on you, trust me, a lot of doors are going to open, and we are going to give you all the support we can, because as IF, we want to be the #1 team anybody can count on to build a CS career as far as network marketing is concerned, because we're here to support. We don't just say things, but we live by whatever we are saying. And little time you have been with us, at least you can really see the difference in our littleness. Something big is coming out anytime. So be really grateful if you commit and you choose to really work with us seriously. You understand?
I will. I will definitely. Thank you very much. That one I'll commit myself to.
Okay. Then we need to have even another game plan meeting on how best we can support you as ILF. I don't know whether we shall need to organize a private Zoom with Francis. Francis will coordinate that. Then let's say you can go right ahead. You put up your hand a little bit late, so we can say something.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, champions. Coach, thank you for this. Thank you for these rules. Now today, I've understood that you can be a member on a team. You can be a member on a team, but are you just a member, or your teammates can count on you? Because we might have many members on that team, but at times you're like, we can count on this person, not that one. We can't count on that person. There is sometime back, you were giving out towards the event. That one, no, maybe another person. So then I didn't know why. Maybe you said you can't count on those people. You said you can't count on them. But now I know. And now I've understood, if you're going to be like countable too in a team, what do you need to do? Like, what are the things you need to do or to look into? Even right now, you might be on that team, but do you have these three things in you? How are your characters? Are you competent? Like, are you consistent? You know, me as a person, as Maxwell was teaching about this, I looked into myself and I was like, can my teammates count on me? According to what he said, can they count on me? So I looked into myself and I was like, at least somewhere, somehow, yeah. And when I get a team very soon, I'll know, like, the things I have to look into to count on someone. Those three things have done so good to me. And I think to other members, if you can also look into yourself and see, you have these three things in you. Because at the end of the day, what I've seen, if you don't have these three things in you, somewhere, somehow, you might become a weak link. The link we read about last time. So I've learned a lot in this. And another thing, what I've learned here, that if your teammates don't count on you, somewhere, somehow, you will hurt them, or they will hurt you if they are not accountable. I've learned that. This, I think everyone has been saying it. We didn't know how much value it was when you say you're counting on us. Because not only on the events, you've been always saying this statement many times, that you're counting on us. And we didn't know the value, and we didn't know why you are saying you are counting on us. But at least now, me as a person, I know when you say you're counting on me, I know what you mean. And I know, I think I know what I'm supposed to do. And I promise to continue doing this, to be accountable in my team. Thank you so much, Coach. Stay blessed, champions.
Okay. Now, we are talking about five questions here in summary. Write this question down to summarize everything about accountability. Is your integrity unquestionable when it comes to character? Is your integrity unquestionable? answer that. On the question about competency is that do you perform your work with excellence? Do you perform your work with excellence? You understand? Forget about being excellent. Actually, there is a very good example about competence that I can add on to someone to understand competence. Just imagine you are going to have a surgery, and you have you have two doctors. One doctor is a very good person but a bad surgeon. Another doctor is is a bad person but a good surgeon. Whom could you prefer to operate you? I don't know if you get my point. Between a bad person who is a good surgeon and a good person who is a bad surgeon, who could operate on you? Who could you choose? Yes,
a bad one.
Bad one.
A bad one.
Who is a good surgeon?
That's the value of competence. So no matter how good you are, your skills matters. You understand? Your skills are very important. You understand? You cannot just come to you know what, I'm excited, blah, blah, blah. I want to do this wonderful surgery. You know, I'm a good person, I'm a man of God, blah, blah. This thing you don't need man of God. You understand? What are your qualifications before you touch me? That's what we call competence.
They are practical.
So it's just like you say, you know, I'm a good person. I've been loving network marketing. Network marketing is a good person. Someone knows to know what your expertise in the comes to network marketing. Oh, Coach Mustafa, when it comes to you, to network marketing, what are you good at? Prospecting, following up, whatever, promoting events, presenting the business. You understand? Inviting people. How competent are you when it comes to those skills? Can the team count on you? Can your team count on you? Because if I just said about Omega Pro, we are good. We're 2.5 million people. Yes, we are doing this. By the end of the day, we cannot. Your competence is zero. You don't become much. Are you with me? You don't become much. And even in a team, you don't be of so much value to the team. So within the law of accountability, the second question you ask yourself, do you perform your work with excellence? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Now, the question for commitment, you understand? Are you dedicated to team success? Are you dedicated to team success? Or you are on and off? There are people who are on and off. There are people I know, I cannot mention names, but I know these people, I cannot count on them because of their lack of commitment. They can go, they do another company, after 1 month, they come back because their account is still alive. They start promoting it, but you know, after 1 week, they will disappear again. They are not committed at anything. Are you with me? So, are you dedicated to team success? Or for you, you do things when they're comfortable on your side. When things are tough, we don't see you nowhere. You just show up for the events, but you're not even involved in putting the event together. You just come at the party. You understand? When things are okay, then show, oh, guys, congratulations. But when tough time comes, we cannot see your face. It's a sign of lack of commitment. You only celebrate the good times. Bad times, crisis, you're not seen there. We are struggling to put things together. When people are buying tickets, like for example, we have a system in Iowa where people buy tickets, but people cannot count on them. Even if they have money, they cannot. You understand? They cannot. Are you with me? Either they rather bring their down to fluke the event. Then, more importantly, when it comes to consistency, can you be depended on every time? Forget about depending on you one time. But can the team depend on you every time? Then you can depend on Coach Mustafa. You are sure. Even you know. Before even the team, you know, you are sure that Coach Mustafa is part of the wake up and win. That you are sure. Because you know, once Coach Mustafa gave a word that's going to be part of wake up and win, is going to stand on that word. It's part of my character. Are with me? So can you be dependent on every time? Is a question of consistency. Look through yourself if you want to be a better team player. The final question about cohesion. You understand? Because cohesion, we need to, the goal should be us working together, sticking together. So do your action bring a team together or they divide the team? Do your action bring the team together or they pull the team apart? You understand? Because when it comes to team building, there's an old saying that says that either we are pulling together or we are pulling apart. No anywhere between. We are either pulling together or pulling apart. So your action, are they putting the team together? Are they bringing the team together or they're dividing it? People who have actions that pulls the team apart and divide the team, you cannot count on them. Actually, if you can stay away from them, the better. The better. They become the bad apple. So these are the 5 questions, because accountability is character, competence, commitment, plus consistency, plus cohesion equals to accountability. There's a word which we missed there according to the book. You understand? I never said it in the video, but it has five pillars: accountability. 1, character, plus competence, plus commitment, plus consistency, plus cohesion. Equals to accountability. So that's very powerful. And team cohesion is one of those terms that everyone thinks they understand. In truth, most people don't have a clue. It's definitely not about everybody liking each other and being nice to each other. It means you have a pride in the ability of your team to function at a higher level than possible for the individual. The team doesn't shine because you are a member. You shine because you are good enough to be a member in the team. The team doesn't shine because you are a member. You shine because you are good enough to be a member. Either we are pulling together or we are pulling apart. Without cohesion, people aren't leading a team. Listen to this. Without cohesion, people aren't leading a team because they are not pulling together. Everybody has their different direction. They are merely a group of individuals working for the same organization. Listen to this, guys. We have a choice to be a team working together with accountability, or become a group of individuals working in the same organization called Omega Pro. Not everybody working in Omega Pro, we are team members. Like we have different teams building in this side of where we are building. They are also doing Omega Pro, but we're not team members, but we're in the same organization. That does not make us a team. But we are all in the same group of people working under Omega Pro. You understand? But when it comes to ideal partners, we decide to work together as a team. So there's accountability at the point. I need to count on you, need to count on me. Then we can move mountains. So the moment we break faith with one another, the sea engulfs us and the light goes out. When it comes down to it, accountability is being able to have faith in your teammates no matter what happens. When the chips are down, you can turn to the people on your team. Let's face it. Well, no matter the challenge, you can't do anything that counts unless you have accountability. Teammates must be able to count on each other when it really counts. That's cohesion. It's very important. Oneness, non-individualism. So hope you have gotten a lot of value from today's training. Put around those five questions, and I'm gonna make them part of the guiding questions to our values as IREV. I think God will do good us along these lines. Let me wish everybody a very, very powerful day. Let me hope you have gotten value from this training. I'm gonna share it on our YouTube channel so you can rewatch it again for the purpose of understanding it more and more. Let me tell you, this thing you have learned today, it can change and save you even years of struggle in network marketing as an industry when struggling with people who don't understand themselves. This is very powerful. That's what I told you when we're beginning this call. They wake up and we can give you that one idea that you need to 10x your life, to 10x your life completely, 360 degrees. I can tell you that. But more important, ladies and gentlemen, today, still at the office, we have our session are going on as usual. Our think and Golish classes are still going on midday. Uganda team, we are meeting. Also, the training are still happening in our office Tanzania, and also Martin, we are gonna have a call. Francis will coordinate it and on how we can really suggest for Kenya seriously, because we have been waiting for a leader whereby it can click like the way it has clicked. You understand? And I'm seeing you're gonna be different from all the people in Kenya that don't understand themselves, but I know you are different. So looking forward to opening our offices in Kenya very soon, because you are on board. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and don't forget to attend our Africa Zoom presentation, 9 p.m. East African time. Be there and stay abreast. Let's use today to lift somebody else. Love you all.
Thank you, Coach. Stay blessed, champions.